Hello and welcome to Clearance Rate, a full wrap-up of the nation's property sales over the last week, and an auction clearance rate of 68.3% was recorded across the capital cities this week, making May a record-breaking month. Now, the higher volumes are partly the result of an increased use of auctions as sellers really take advantage of improved demand from buyers. Breaking the numbers down for you now, and across the capital cities, in Sydney we had a clearance rate of 77.1%. That compares to 73.1% last week, so a slight increase there as well. Melbourne, preliminary clearance rate of 64.6%. It's actually down on last week's 66.6%. In Brisbane, clearance rate of 48.8%, while Perth just saw 58.8% there. 17 auctions in total for the capital. Private apartment sales fared fairly well this week as well. Sydney saw 1,065 apartments sold privately, Melbourne 674, Brisbane 211, Adelaide 97, and in Perth a nice strong number coming out of the West Australian capital there, 162 apartments sold, taking that median price for the selling of those apartments to $425,000. Of course, Sydney's still really leading the pack at $555,000, and Melbourne not far behind for $35,000. On the home front, of course, the private treaty sales saw Sydney knock in around 2,214 sales, Melbourne 1,798, Brisbane, Adelaide and Perth following suit. Adelaide, of course, just a bit down this week, 457 houses sold privately. That Sydney median house price on the private treaty front for the last 7 days at $710,000, so really a vast difference between the next, which is of course Perth at $530,000, Melbourne following suit $485, and Brisbane and Adelaide following closely behind. A look at how the weekend's buying has influenced home values across the capital cities, and we have seen Sydney just pull off a little bit more this week, taking that annual change still close to 17% there, so some big growth over the 12 months, although we are just seeing a slight ease off in terms of that overall value. Melbourne dropping 1.2% over the week, just taking that overall annual 12-month change to 9.9%. Brisbane slightly higher, a rise of 0.5%. Perth also making gains this week, up 0.8%. Adelaide on the back foot, down 0.4%. So all in all, of course, if you are looking for an investment opportunity, prices in Sydney and Melbourne are very high. Perth not too far behind that, but look at that growth over the 12 months Sydney is courting there. Nice double-digit figures, 16.7%. And that is all we got time for. See you again next week.